You ever click a link and then just stare at the screen, tapping your fingers, waiting, wondering why it's not just there instantly? Yeah, we all feel that. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what's actually happening in those few seconds of waiting.
Ah, yes, the spinning wheel of death. We've all been there, just watching it go round and round. It can seriously feel like an eternity, can't it? You click and you wait. So what is actually going on in that little gap between your click and the page finally showing up? Let's get into it. You know, the first thing you've got to understand is that loading a web page isn't like flipping a light switch. It's not one single request that gets one single answer back. It's actually this whole surprisingly complicated chain of events, almost like a secret conversation happening between your browser and the internet every single time you click.
So that little journey from click to content, it basically happens in 4 main stages. First off, your browser has to find the website's address, kind of like looking up a phone number in a giant global phone book. That's called DNS. Then it needs to set up a secure, private connection, which involves a series of digital handshakes, almost like a secret password exchange. Only after all that can it start downloading all the pieces of the page and, finally, put it all together for you.
And here's a really key point. When your browser asks for a web page, it's not asking for just one thing. Nope, it's really asking for a whole shopping list of different ingredients that make up the website you're expecting to see.
So what's on that list?
Well, that list includes the basic skeleton of the page, the HTML, all of its visual style and colors, which is the CSS, and any cool animations or interactive stuff, which comes from JavaScript. But then you've also got all the images, maybe some custom fonts, and even little scripts from other companies for things like ads or analytics. And get this, every single one of those items needs its own separate request and download. On top of all those individual requests, you have to deal with good old-fashioned physics. I mean, the actual physical distance between you and the website server really matters. If that server is on the other side of the planet, every single one of those back-and-forth requests takes just a tiny bit longer, and all those tiny little delays, they add up fast.
So here's the bottom line. What feels like a single, simple action to us is really the end result of this whole chain of different systems all working together in perfect sequence. You've got the DNS system, the network itself, the web server, your own browser. They all have to do their part, flawlessly, just to get that page to you.
So when you really think about this invisible, complex dance of data that's happening behind the scenes, dozens of requests, security checks, information literally flying across continents, the fact that a page loads in just a few seconds isn't slow at all. It's kind of an engineering miracle, actually. The next time you see that spinner, maybe ask yourself, are you really seeing how slow the web is, or are you just getting a tiny glimpse of the complexity that makes it so incredibly fast?